say a little something, something. Hello, hello. Welcome to our Galactic Reading session. Here in a second, I'll introduce you to Sherry from Stars of Unity, channeling the Many. The Many are a 12th dimensional collective consciousness, and they come in to bring us incredible insight and guidance. And for tonight, we have galactic questions. This is more meaning questions for the collective overall, not necessarily too personal. So this will be incredible for everyone watching the replay as well. So welcome everyone. So happy to see you guys. And I invite you to just close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths, connecting to the beautiful essence of the love vibration, which is what the many connect to. Just filling into that love, putting all today's worries or stresses to the side, allowing your heart to just open, your mind to be free. Beautiful. Allowing thoughts and words about any type of question that you would like to ask the many just to kind of come in and through. You could write them down, or you can just remember them, hold on to them, and we will go ahead and go through. We'll go through one at a time, and if there is time, we'll go through a second time, third, fourth, fifth, however, as long as we don't extend the hour period. That's about as long as Sherry can go without us holding on to her. She will be lost in channel if we let her go longer. Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you so much, Sherry, for holding the space to bring in the many. Feeling so much love and gratitude for you all and for the many. Hello, the many. How are you? I time crunched her. Just feeling into the peace and ease of the vibrations here in the group together, connecting our hearts, feeling into all of the love that we have for one another, the oneness of this group, here live and connecting to the replay. Our hearts connect and burst out this beautiful wave of energy, opening and expanding.
We are well.
Thank you. Thank you for joining as we will start off this beautiful session. If we can, we'll go ahead and just start off with a collective message in general.
We will choose the word vibration. What do you feel? In this particular arena, showcase, we shall say, this drama, this play, you may be wondering, and what are we referring to? The arena that is surrounding you, the little scenarios and things transpiring in this world stage in this regard. It is a the vibration that you yield. We will use the word yield. The vibration that you sometimes succumb to. Let it be of one consideration that all is not what it seems. So if something you see may trouble you, remember that you can feel we will say, tingling of sadness, despair, despondent, or tingling of fear, or anything in that range. But when you do, remember that the all is what it appears is not always as it is. So go back to transition, curate, we shall say. Curate things based upon that knowing. Things are transitional, and it always moves on. So, transition as well. Vibration. Consider everything in its totality, but always remember it is ultimately a choice. It is ultimately transitional. The vibrational state of one is a conduit for showing up in others, as you know. When your vibrational state is of one, it does transmit information, we will say, waves and energies that others feel, not only those in your proximity. Interesting. This is utilized at great devices. It would be well served for those to to consider the same. It is utilized by many who are in the know. Consider the vibrational state of your being. Bring awareness to it.
Thank you. That was incredible. Thank you very much for that message. Definitely served me for sure. So we'll just kind of go through, not in any particular order. If you are not ready with a question, then you can let me know. But if everyone is ready, I'll just go, and Laura is first on my screen here. So are you ready, Laura? Okay, perfect. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask.
I don't remember how I exactly worded it. So tell me how the 13th federal, am I saying it, Trinity?
Galactic Federation.
Thank you. Galactic. You put me on the spot and I'm like the blank.
Sorry, I do have your question if you want me to read it, but you're doing good.
Okay, the 13th Galactic Federation and how that intertwines with Gaia, I guess, or you can reword it if you want, but
how she wrote it was, if let me double check, but if Gaia and the Galactic Federation work together or not, or how that works. Does that seem correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. 13th Galactic Federation is what you said specifically, and Gaia work together or do not. She was asking for a better understanding of both.
In this manifestation, we will call it, as all is working in concert, as you know, this is not to say all are completely aligned, but as one creates, another is receiving of that creation, you see. So in beings of immense supportive proportions and immense energetic communications and waves in this regard, such as Gaia, it is of not combined creation, but of what one does affects another. The 13th Galactic Federation, as you so refer to it, is truly not in full original form, we shall say. It is of a blending of other alliances, but in this regard, as you would see them, celestial bodies, the energetic beings of mass proportion whose physical structure is supporting beings for their dwelling. It would be in their original formation, it was supported, you would say, with Gaia's physical structure. There are ways that are inhabited in your world that are certainly not seen to you. There are ways that are internal, we shall say, but the origination of the 13th Galactic Federation, as you refer to it, the original formation did temporarily we shall say, harness is not the right word. It was dwelt temporarily within this, as you refer to, Gaia. The support, of course, is only that which is created is felt as well. The 13th Galactic Federation has been not disbanded, but it is in the original formation is what would be more closely to your referencing point. But it is, we will say, joined and combined with a larger alliance. In this regard, it is supporting the structure in that Gaia would not be receiving the malfeasances that other celestial, we refer to planetary aspects, have received in the past. In this regard, they are key in remaining in her beauty and also essence intact. Protective mechanisms in that regard, therein lies the tie. Two keys. At formation, she supported the, you will say, physical habitation temporarily of some, not all. And also the alliance has a high regard for her protection. Therefore, as you know, we do say this with full heart and appreciation that your alliance to her is alliance to them. As you know, these assistances are highly regarded, and thus consider yourself as part of the alliance. Does this answer your question, dear one?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That was incredible. That was a great question too, Laura. Thank you so much. Next on my screen is Lisa. Do you have a question?
I had a couple, but let me see which one I want to throw out there. I have a friend who speaks with Jesus often, and he instructed her to go to Palatine, Illinois, and build a compound because it is going to be one of 4 places that will be safe on Earth when everything goes haywire. What does the many, can they explain, is this a true fact? Is this something that we need to worry about? Is it going to happen now? When is it going to happen? All of that. You put it the way you want it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Indeed, we cannot say that the planetary structure is without peril. It has received wounds before, and many turbulences have been endured. And as you know, this is not the first has ever happened. In many ancient times, there were devices and technologies, we will say, that would be superseding to what you currently experience. But what is different is the cosmic, we will say, growth and expansion, which at the former times was not as it is now. It is now the beings that resided during those times have also expanded, and their we will say endurance, this is all for your understanding, but is in this regard, their endurance, and being that these things have transpired before, have not been intervened. This is not to say that all calamities will be intervened. There are calamities that will not be allowed, will not be endured, or no one will succumb to that. But there are calamities that, in their natural course, and this is of things not to focus on. A focal point of saving one's physical body will ensure that is what is mainly achieved. When you create a safe harbor, that is good. We're not saying that is not good, but the focal point can disregard other aspects of pursuit that would benefit. Thus, in this particular location, harmony will exist. She is not short-sighted, but expanding pinpoint focal points beyond solely that would be serving her and others in many ways. This is not to cause alarm or to cause ones to be frightful or fearful of what could occur. There is, as you know, celestial bodies that are venturing close proximity to the one on which you currently reside. In these close proximities, your current technologies are striving to divert them. But the technologies do not need to be of, we shall say, as they currently are, in explosive and degradation. It would be more of energy manipulation that would be technologies withheld from you by your, we will call them undoers. The undoers, yes. But so back to your original point. It is not, if all were to be revealed about the possible scenarios of calamities that could befall you, you would spend your entire time trying to prevent them and protect yourselves. This is of the human nature. Self-preservation seems to become the, it is ingrained, it is natural, but of the physical, it is of the energetic, and as you refer to, spiritual, that the focal point then is mastered. You master that. So what would the spiritual perspective be and the energetic perspective be in that situation? When you would have the broader view, we will call it, you would allow yourself to continue in peace and allow yourself to, you could take measures and you could move, but your focal point would be on the energetic and spiritual and assisting in love and conveying in love, not in fear. Most will operate out of fear when they hear of a calamity to befall. And we do understand that. But teach of the spiritual and of love. The physical body will always dissipate, but you are eternal. Feel your eternity. She is guided for her reasons. It is not yet set in stone when the objects in close proximity, as things change, not only technologies, but mass focus, collective focus, and also the other cosmic interventions, the general alliance of and thought processes, we will call it, of the galactic alliances are sound in the mass destruction of, as you refer to, nuclear. That is an absolute intervention that will never happen because the reverberations throughout the cosmos is not allowed. Natural calamities are just that. And there is abilities to prevent some, and therein are possibilities. It is not completely certain. It is not set in stone. You may wonder if it's near, and we will say it is not in the immediate. In some of your lifetimes, yes, but not immediate. But again, you are eternal.
Mhm.
Feel that, know that, and share that. With that becomes much power. With that, you can conquer all. With that mindset and viewpoint, you do not run, but you shine. Shine. Those that are meant to be assisted in this regard would be most appreciated.
It's incredible.
Beautiful. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you for the question, Lisa. That was incredible. Super amazing. Oh, I'm going to pop over. Next would be Crystal. Very good, Sherry. Awesome. Did I ask to unmute you? I think I pushed it. Awesome. Thank you, Crystal. Hello.
Thank you. All right. So my question is, as you know, we are assisting Gaia with her healing. Are there other places in the universe that we should assist with healing that would also be beneficial to Gaia as well?
Whew, you are awesome. Yes, I love that question.
We welcome this question and we recognize the source. Truly, your expansive energetic signature and harmonious nature is appreciated, dear one. In this question, we can say that the possibilities are completely unrelenting. It is always within your spectrum of choice. The intent and connection and the connection with love and focus will connect you to any whether it be where you stand or where you focus. The difficulty, or let's say slight impediment to this, would be the non-familiarity, of course, but through your focal point and your tuning in to that vibration, as you tune into it, you will know if there's something needed. Sending your, we will say love, but also your gratitude, but also your energy of we're going to say promotion. This is a curious word. You probably did not expect it. You are promoting yourself as available to assist. So in the energy of promotion, you can introduce, say, your energy to that of which you wish to assist and be open to the communication of maybe what that would need. It is all through the field. It is all interconnected. It is like waves of frequencies and energies, but it is attuning to that. So through focal point and intention and promoting yourself as available to assist, but allowing yourself to be in that space to where you attune to that. That is maybe the, as we would say, slight impediment, because you are not in close proximity to it physically. So you would need to connect with it energetically in order to be effective. In this regard, it is not at all impossible. You are quite attuned, but it would be the focal point. Whether assistance is needed, indeed, there are aspects of what you are accomplishing quite well with beautiful Gaia that is indeed recognized and celebrated, and that assistance would be, we shall say, a topic of discussion. If you only knew. We will say to all of you, and many that are expanding as you all are, that it is indeed noticed, seen, celebrated, witnessed, and a topic of discussion. So tomorrow, when you feel a little, as you say, itching of your nose or a tingling in your ear, you will know why. We can say that though many in your sphere plan to venture to the red planet, it has sustained many wounds. And in that planet, the as you can imagine, you see the physical, you may not be aware, but the energetic damage would welcome you vastly. We will say request that you complete your and continue in maintenance with beautiful Gaia, as this is so rejuvenating, and that rejuvenation, due to the inhabitants currently upon and the, we will not say she is the only focal point in the cosmos, but she is if you were to say in numbers, in a percentage, if you had 100 being focal point, she would be at the 60% range. So your focal point on her in that percentage at least would be appreciated, as it is a time of need. Did that help you?
Yes, very much so. Thank you so much.
That was an excellent question, Crystal. Excellent, excellent. I'm excited to expand on that a little bit too, but yeah, beautiful. Tisha, do you have a question? Would you like to share? Yeah, I'll ask to unmute you if you want to, or you can comment if you want me to read it, either way. And if you don't have a question, that's okay too. I have tons, so don't worry.
I could not come up with a question, so I do not have a question. I just felt compelled to come listen. So
Beautiful. Thank
maybe there's a
you
message
so
in there
much.
for me somewhere.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining. We love to have you here. So that's amazing. Now, as we are about 45 minutes in, I don't think we'll get to another round. So maybe I will ask a question, or if you have something that you want to share, you definitely can. Or I can get out my notebook. Actually, it's just right here. So either way.
We would like to indulge you.
Right. Does that mean me ask a question?
Mm. Mm. Choose well.
I have so many. I love what you said about Gaia too. That was very beautiful. Let me see here. I have this list of questions that I created like the first week that I met you. So I'm going to pick one of these that are more galactic. Well, actually, this is kind of about the one right here that is right in front of me. It is more collective and on the human species and what it is here. Let's see, it's listed under DNA. My question is, are humans an experiment or prophecy is what I asked. So maybe being able to touch base on the human species or race. If you want to indulge in that one, I suppose. That might be fun.
The first, it was not experimental, that is, it was not in your common understanding of experiment. It was a combination, intentional, of course, but not meant to end, at least according to those who found adoration, we shall say. Experiment in that it was not a experiment like you would do in a lab where you have an exact question to be answered, or you're looking for a set of data that will suffice for one endeavor. It is not meant that it was not meaningful or not a beautiful, we will say, combination of events. As you know, everything is masterfully woven to allow expansion and experience, and we will use the word endurance again for all. So experimental was because it was not certain how the combination of the we will use the word splicing for your understanding of these certain chromosomes and matter in the combinations that were utilized. There were some that were not fruitful or viable, we will use that word. It is, of course, there was a combination that was again tweaked because there was some manifestations not appreciated by some, not all were in agreement, but the vehicle, we will say vehicle, it is really not to diminish, for allowing of souls to seed and the journeys to be had. But in the experimental phase, there was some wrongdoings by some. There were some harsh, not on the vibrational spectrum of compassion, we will say. And there was some diminishing of your aspects that were not intended by all. Thus, the new time of activations has come. When you refer to experimental, it was not meant that it was temporary. There were some that wanted to sequence DNA to limit your capabilities to be worker bees, so to speak. But the benevolent ones, of course, prevailed, not fully, but now incrementally, but they did prevail. For discord within the ranks, which does occur not only in your realm, it does occur. Discord was not fully resolved even to this day, as you know. Discord remains. But, as you know, there are things that are enhancing what was once deactivated and lost. We knew it wouldn't be lost forever. You feel it, you know it.
I love that. I love that. To add on to that a little bit, how can we best activate our DNA to fulfill our highest desires or goals or self in this realm?
The term again we will use is attunement. So when you tune in to the when you tune in, and not as a sound in this regard, but as your vibrational spectrum, we will say, and as you intend to receive, and this is key, it is belief and full knowing, and this is key. It is allowing and continuing the allowance, because sometimes you will allow for a moment and then you will disallow the next moment. This is confusing, so we will clarify. So in one moment you may be in a good vibrational receiving mode, and then you would disrupt that by a few things. There are electronic disruptions that are not of your control, but we are working on that. There are avenues to impede those electronic disruptions that we are implementing, we shall say. Your assistance has been received in that as well. We will not go into that. We know that you know. So the disallowing in the, so it's like a musical instrument. You tune it, and then if you don't play it, it is no longer attuned. Do you know what we mean? So if you were to allow, and then you were to put that on a back shelf and not keep yourself attuned, then the dissipation or the untuning, the detuning, the strings would become loose in the instrument because they are not tightened and they are not played. You must play your attunement. You must feel your attunement. You don't put it on a back shelf and for another day or week or later. You should attune yourself daily, but even if you do attune yourself within a, as you refer to, time span of the next day, but do not allow too much time to lapse because the instrument that you are requires care. So the activations allowing and attuning yourself in belief, knowing, you may call it faith, but feeling it and receiving it fully. There are frequencies that are being allowed right now. Receive in full measure. As you know, the pineal gland, that is such a key component, has been assaulted by many of your imbalances in your environment. It would be absolutely well served to counter that if you have not done so. There are, we will say concoctions, but that is, some of them are quite simple and things that you could do to cease the assault and reverse the assault. This assists in your receiving upgrades, as they are sometimes referred to, but keeping yourself attuned and not allowing yourself to enmesh too deeply in the counteractive, we will say forces. It is, in some regards, this is what it is, forces and assaults, electromagnetic assaults and things of that. But you can override that with your attunement. But it needs to be done frequently. If you do not understand, you will be shown. Also, you mentioned prophecy. In prophecy, there are many self-realizations. Well, we will refer to it as self-fulfilling is the correct term. So when a prophecy is laid out, the ones that believe will be setting the stage through their thoughts and energies into it coming to fruition. There are Indeed, prophecies used for manipulation, and they are highly effective in that regard. So prophecies of cataclysms and apocalyptic scenarios would be utilized to cause fear and allow that fear to bring it about. As we refer to in the first statement, that the vibrational state of the masses, if it be in fear, that is used quite fully in causing discord and preventing certain things. But on the contrary, your collective of light has the same power. So, remember that.
So beautiful. That resonates on so many deep levels. Yeah, interesting. I love it. Thank you so much, Sameni. This has been such a insightful session. My mind just expanded more. I love it. I love it. Everyone's questions were so amazing. And just your participation, your guys' energy is incredible. I'm just going to quickly say thank you to the many. Thank you so much. And as the many are leaving and Sherry is coming back, I want to add in really quick, if you are feeling inspired to align with your superpower, whether it be channeling like Sherry or however it looks to you. Maybe it's just to be able to be present in the moment or whatever. Sherry is actually holding a Facebook group. It's an Odyssey to gain clarity on your superpower, and it's this coming Monday through Friday. If you guys feel inspired to tap into that yourselves, definitely join. I know everyone here so far is on Facebook, and I think at least friends are in one of our groups. And we've had a couple lives about it. So definitely do not hesitate to reach out. It'll be so much. I'm looking forward to it. Like I've mentioned before, Sherry has been such a huge mentor and guide for me in that aspect, and she knows her stuff, and it's amazing.
I can tell you though, I want to say the many love you guys so much, because it's like I feel when each one of you is asking your question, if you guys could just feel the love that they have for you, it's like, you know, when I'm going like this, it's like they're looking at you with love. It's just so beautiful. So I just want you guys to know how integral. I'm gonna cry.
Oh,
truly, how to us, not only me and Trinity, but to the many, you guys we're all so important right now. So keep doing what you're doing and shining your light. But I just want you to know how much I don't know if you ever feel it on the other side of this computer screen, but to feel it here when you are asking a question, that love they feel for you is so beautiful, and how they really have a lot of appreciation. And they would especially appreciate if Laura sent me her t-shirt.
I'm a stay-at-home.
They told me that. I shouldn't have said that.
They told me. Laura,
there will be no calamities or no problems if Laura sends Sherry her t-shirt. I'm only kidding, Laura. I'm only kidding.
That's amazing. I'm going to stop the recording. Everyone on the replay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.